Hello dear friends, it is new Hope team here with you. And today we would like to talk about protocols. What are these? Why in the last 2 years we are actively shifting to only rely on protocols. Our vector is pointing only in this direction, and our further development overall is towards this direction. Let me explain how it works. What are these protocols and which types do exist? Thus we can give you more detailed information and hence improve your understanding about how this works. Let's start with your computer. This, for example, is your VPS on which you trade. There is also a broker's trading server. Between them, a two-way connection is established. How do ordinary robots work? A standard robot is a program that is located inside this another program. That is a bunch of code with some functionalities, which has its own basic control module. And this says, yes, I need to open me this certain order I have. After this, the program generates a request and sends it to the server. The server sees it, responds accordingly, and then the answer comes back. This very block are the protocols. They are a language invented by developers who established this program and this server. This code is needed in order to make communications. So the program communicates using these encrypted protocols. So you can't just simply insert some kind of module and to enter here, for instance, to send something. There are several types of protocols. The first type is the easiest one. These are open protocols. Examples: REST API, Fix API, and API, and many others, which totally openly disclose the information for developers and for people in order to make them connect. These are well-known protocols and they differ in a few aspects. These are the most famous protocols that are used today. What is required to minimize delays to their lowest and maximize quality of trading in high-frequency trading? It is clear that it is necessary to reduce the workload, and to do this we need to remove this part. So, to make happen that this program trades by itself, sending and receiving requests. That is, to make it essentially replace the whole block that was here. This program has to trade with the server, accept its requests, being able to send and to see the quotes. So to be a complete terminal. And in fact, this is the new Hope inside. The name itself, inside, that is the inner part of what is happening in trading. What we get from that? First, delays during the creation of an order are dropped. Second, we get rid of huge amount of garbage, because in these protocols, the server sends garbage, a large number of instruments, ticks, various news feeds, exchanges with the server, communication, and additional some sort of other gathering information. In brief, there is a huge amount of information that is sent, which is completely not needed at all. We remove all that, and we also gain access to all this. So we can place orders manually, or we may place them automatically. And New Hope Insight is precisely the second type of protocols. The first type is the open one, Fix API, API, REST API. We got the insight working with Fix API, and New Hope Insight for MetaTrader 4 and 5. And now we will also have the quick version. We completely built, developed and assembled the quick communication protocol, and we will soon have this product. Right now, Fix API, if provided, is expensive, and they have a huge number of conditions for obtaining a Fix API via Quick. It's its own kind of language, and we have bypassed that. But this will be another separate news. In this moment, there is New Hope Insight, MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5, which allow you to get rid of the terminal and to trade directly. By the same principles, there are open protocols, Fix API, known by everyone. They are used mostly by brokers, exchanges, and banks. It's a known open type protocol, used by many major companies to communicate with each other. When we initially released the New Hope Fix API, many people did not get why we did it and what it was. I believe that at that time, people in the market of high-frequency strategies did not understand this. With the release of the New Hope Insight, people understood that New Hope Fix API is the same as New Hope Insight. We simply threw away the trading terminal created by developers and trade using our own program, hence increasing profits because we got rid of delays, verification queries, and cycles of windows. Removing all this, we also made the trading with Fix API faster. Moreover, we are releasing a new package, New Hope Fix API, that includes 3 programs. The package costs $15,000. I will explain why this price. For a very long time, we had no updates because we were developing strategies for 2legs hidden and hidden Fix API. We created communication protocols on Fix API from scratch. Most high-frequency robots use a ready-made code library which have a large size and which have their own delays. People are using them to trade using protocols Fix API. We completely rewrote the communication model, and according to our measurements, the process of sending and receiving requests has become faster than before. This is a good result. The next topic associated with the price explanation is the entering threshold. People who start to trade on Fix API should understand that the minimum deposit is now from $2,000 to $5,000 to start trading on protocol Fix API. With this deposit, you may trade, you open your account, and you have completely different conditions and earnings. Usually here the profits are much higher than using conventional MetaTrader 4 and 5. Very few talks about this, and we don't publicize it either. We don't issue reports about this strategy because it is a separate program which does not have a log of transactions. So we can't show a list of order where all details are stated. Because of this, we don't make reports. But the strategy is quite profitable and future perspectives are huge. Because now everything is going in the direction of protocols. This is an open group of protocols. That is New Hope inside MetaTrader 4 and 5, and it is a closed group. A question has been asked, and I will reply to it now. Why New Hope inside costs that much? People believe that the program of this kind should cost as an ordinary robot for MetaTrader 4. I will explain you. Protocols are constantly and periodically updated in MetaTrader 4 and 5. They release new versions and protocols change. All protocols are encrypted, and to decrypt them we have specific employees who decrypt the protocols and update them. It's a huge effort, and great amount of money is paid for such development. In addition, before we just had New Hope Classic. Then we added New Hope Hidden to it. Then we added New Hope Hedge to the package. And now new customers will also have hidden 2 legs. This is when the hidden trading strategy is applied between multiple accounts. Not like others, where across 2 accounts you open and then close. Here everything is different. The hidden strategy is applied to trade between 2 accounts, and this gives a new level of trading using this strategy. If brokers say you have 2 opposite orders, this raises suspects. But now determining that trading was conducted between 2 accounts is impossible. As soon as 2 orders in the same direction by signal are open-close, for example, to buy both, the 2 sell orders will not be closed and they will hang there. Thus, it is impossible to determine the crossing trading. This strategy, specifically to legs inside, is on a new level. This is a new turn in improving technologies that we are developing. I think I briefly explained to you what protocols are. These are the languages to communicate between broker's server, liquidity provider, bank, exchanges, and client program, using its own language, which is developed and coded in open language like Fix API, REST API. All protocols have pros and cons. I will be honest, we don't particularly like the language of MetaTrader 4 and 5. It is quite specific. But on this protocol, due to the fact that we created New Hope inside, we save a lot of time and the program works better as it sees more signals and it's more precise with its results. With this robot, we can trade in manually, we can customize this robot on ourselves, adding other schedulers and practically anything else. Moreover, there is no load on the server, which is very important. We are now actively pointing to the direction of Fix API, because we acquired experience in software development. So how to work with protocols, like New Hope Insight, for example. And now we are moving towards the development of Fix API, dealing with liquidity providers, with banks and with brokers brings a complete different level of income, resulting in a completely different level of interaction with brokers, liquidity providers, and banks. I think that's all. If you have any questions about the protocols, any aspects I have not explained, you can ask your questions. We will answer them either in the comments or in a separate video. This was a simplistic speech about the protocols and why they are better and faster than using the classic trading programs offered by company. Goodbye.